In today's video, we are going to be checking out Shaedon Sharpe and how he shoots the basketball. There's a lot of things that go into a shooting form, so let's get down. Let's check them out. If you want to be able to shoot the basketball from further away, make sure to go check out my hardest basketball shooting workout down in the description below. So the first thing we're going to be looking at today is his actual drop on his shot, the degree that the ball drops into the basket. See, the reason why I'm going to start with this today is because this is actually very important. This is a massive issue for a lot of different players. So as we can see here, he has roughly a 42-degree drop on the ball. The reason why this is important is because if you can be between 41 and about 47 degrees, that is the optimal drop on the ball when it's going towards the rim. The reason why this is because if it's too flat, the rim looks too small for the ball and it's got a smaller target to aim for. While being completely perfectly straight down may seem ideal because then the rim looks the largest, it actually has too much pressure from gravity where it'll actually bounce out of the rim at a higher probability. And because of that, you generally want to be at somewhere between about 41 to about 47 degrees. In that range right there will give you the optimal shot possible. But let's actually look at his shot really quick. As we can see, his shoulders are not square towards the rim. Neither are his hips, knees, or feet. While many coaches will say you need to be completely square to the rim to be able to shoot perfectly, that's not actually the case. What you want to have is your shoulder and elbow in line with the rim and the basketball, at least half of it, over top of your upper arm or shoulder. From his gather up to his set point, which does tend to be above his forehead, he does tend to have a two-motion shot. Now, some may see that it's a one motion because he is all one motion all the way up, but we can see that it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5.5, 6 frames at the set point, which means, in my opinion, that it is a two-motion shot. If you find that you don't have enough power to shoot from the three, if you record yourself and you notice that you're a two-motion shot, try to change it into a one-motion shot. That will actually give you more power automatically. Now, the degree on his arm is the next thing that we want to look at, and that is about 144 degrees, which is inside of that optimal range. 140 to 150 generally, or a good way of just being able to eye it without doing all of this math is to see if the elbow is above the forehead. If your elbow is generally above your forehead, you're going to have high enough arc in that 42 to 41, 47 degree range. He also has a nice soft release. He doesn't have a hard wrist flick. It's just a nice soft release. We can also see that his shoulders go back and his feet go forward, which will give him actually more power on his shot as well. However, we can also see that when he brings the feet forward, it's only by a few inches. This is not a massive jump forward like a lot of players will do. The reason why jumping forward massively is not good is because now you need to have that same 1 foot or half a foot jump forward every single shot, which makes it inconsistent. However, if you can dip your shoulders back and your feet forward, you're actually not moving really anywhere, and it's actually giving you more power. You can also see that he engages his lower back by having his shoulders over his knees, over his toes when he's going up for that shot. When it comes to his free throw, just like every other shot, he very rarely ever bends his elbow. He keeps it the same degree all the way up to his set point, and that's when he goes to release. We can see from this angle that he doesn't have a thumb flick at all, which is fantastic. Sometimes with a thumb flick, you'll get lack of rotation or sideways rotation. If you see that, you need to remove your thumb flick. If you shoot like Curry, where you release your thumb flick before you actually release the ball, then of course you're fine. And we can see here that he does have a gap between his palm and the ball. While some players do not have that gap, other players do. There is no real answer as to a yes to gap or a no to gap between the palm and the ball. What does happen though is if you've got no palm on the ball, you'll have more control of the ball, but if you've got palm on the ball, you'll have a more accurate shot. So the nice thing with having a high set point, and a high set point being above your forehead, is the fact that it's going to be a lot harder to block, as we can see here. Anytime you do these spin moves or fadeaways, I really want you to focus on one thing, and actually a few things. Number one, he has the leg kick, which will allow his right side to get in line. That's number one. Number two is, even though this is a fadeaway, look how straight up and down his back leg is. A lot of players think that they need to do a fadeaway leaning like this. That's not a fadeaway. A fadeaway is when you're taking a regular shot, but you're jumping backwards. You're not leaning backwards, you're just jumping backwards. Your actual body is generally still straight up and down like a regular shot. If you do have a tilt on your body, you're going to need to adjust your actual shooting form, because right here he's 90 degree on his shoulder. If he was tilted in any way, that 90 degree would still need to be there, but that upper arm would then be tilted like this. I hope that makes sense. But generally speaking, fadeaways, you're not actually fading away, you're jumping straight up, you're just jumping backwards. And we can really see here that he has a soft release. We can see how those fingers right there bounce up and down after release. That's a very soft release. What that does for you is it gives you a higher arc, and in some cases will remove a little bit of rotation on the shot, but it will give you higher arc. If you're looking to be able to shoot that basketball from further away, make sure to go check out my hardest basketball shooting workout down in the description below. I hope that this video has helped you. If it has, hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you guys again next time.